Before getting into this all, let's just take one, I think, little look at what Tabata's laying out. Now, this is October. This is the spooky month. We're going into some demons and stuff, and some devils, and from what the Heart Kingdom looks like, it looks like very pretty, very nature-like. You have this nice sunshine, waterfalls, and another mountain. I've actually noticed that all the kingdoms so far, like they're all built around some big mountain, which is just really nice to look at visually. But I think Tabata is just laying out this much more beautiful scenery as just a misdirection to get you away from whatever kind of, maybe not like horror we're moving towards, but some spooky stuff. So the chapter itself starts out, we have Yami saying he just doesn't want to go to the Heart Kingdom. He doesn't want to deal with that right now. And they just want to get all of like the magic they need for Henry so they can get the Black Bull's base out of the capital, because the nobles are just going to be more annoyed by him the longer that they're there. And while in the Heart Kingdom, if they cause any issues, then at that point they're going to be, pretty much going to be criminals and be making an international incident between the two kingdoms. And if you just got to like the point of the series that you're like thinking like, oh yeah, we know about the full extent of the Clover Kingdom, what could the Heart Kingdom really do for them? Well, a lot, especially after losing someone as powerful as Julius, and now finding out how extremely powerful the ruler of the Heart Kingdom is. But while we're all just kind of like getting everything done, getting like, oh yeah, we need to fuel up Henry. Asta obviously not being able to do anything contribution to that, and Charmy doing her best to give everyone continuous mana. I'm wondering why she couldn't just give, the mana regenerating food to Henry. But I guess Henry's is different since he's not gonna just regenerate his own mana like as pretty standard layout. Like his is all just draining. So I guess like if you with her food stuff, I guess it's more like replenishing. It's just putting it directly in your body. Maybe Henry's only works the one way, not even like straight transferring mana to him works. But and it is all forceful. You can't give him things. It's all that super evil sponge magic. Curse. But then Finral, as one of the best members of the series, does. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go do some good character moments. He goes to see his brother. He goes to see Langris, who's now up and awake. And he's all frustrated because not only Asta dealt with him, but Finral dealt with him, and he even got his body taken over by an elf. A lot of shenanigans happened from there. And we got a really nice kind of like bout from Finral, who was just like, hey, this is what's going to happen. I may not be like some super talented guy like you, may not have like super crazy facial slashing magic. The one thing Finral does have, and that is being one of the best characters in the series, and it's just saying like, I'm gonna make sure that Father approves of me, he acknowledges my level of skill, and I will become the next head of the Vowed House. And again, Finral being one of the best members in the series, keeping it to him, is just determined to get things going, determined to keep striving forward as a character, and to hopefully shove it like in the face of like his dad and try and get his family on a much more like right track instead of just treating Finral like trash and obsessively like trying to construct Langris to the point that he becomes like a fragile mess. But as it were, now he's also said he wants to make a. I look at her name and I always think Finesse. I don't think I can pronounce it any other way, just Finesse. But he wants to make her happy. Obviously, she's got some affections for dad boss Finral. And while like getting all like that whole issue laid out, there's some members of the Golden Dawn coming by, to see Langris as he's awake. And we got a funny part because after he saw like his brother's conviction, but then him flirt when he sees some of the girls show up. Well, one of those is definitely a girl, because one of those is the girl that was taken over by one of the elves. And I can't 100% tell the other one. She kind of just. I look at her and I see marks, but I think that's supposed to be a chick. Anyway, Finral gets accused comedically by Langris of being cursed as well, and then his curse is, he's always gonna like flirt with every girl he sees. And what's funny is Finral starts to like question it as if it's like the case, and even get like a little text on the side. It's like, no, it's not the case. It's just Finral being goofy, his brother being giving stuff at him, and it all around just kind of like opens up a funnier aspect for him. I'm wondering if it'll continue down this. Like, if Finral's gonna keep like wondering, like, am I actually cursed, or is, it's just a personality thing for him. But the whole curse kind of like setting right now, where they gotta investigate him. Who knows who's cursed and what and where. The fact that he's kind of all worn out about it, I think, is just an interesting little plot piece that could be used later. And then they get with Mimosa, Noelle, and Asta. They're getting information from Mimosa because Mimosa actually has been to the Heart Kingdom. She went with her brother at one point for a brief period of time, and they know how to enter it. But this is where things kind of get a little crazy because she says how the Queen of the Heart Kingdom has the combined magic of the Magic Knights, like all together collectively. So all the captains, all the vice captains. I'm going to assume that doesn't include Julius. That wouldn't include whoever the Magic Emperor is. Because I feel like if it was literally everybody, because the Magic Emperor is like, a class above the Magic Knights because he pretty much runs them all. I consider, like, if it was everyone plus that, I mean, I don't know any way that they wouldn't say, yeah, that kingdom's the strongest. I mean, I guess we could get demons galore over in the Spade Kingdom. We know that one demon was enough to take on two characters as powerful as a Magic Emperor, at Licton and Lumiere at the same time. So obviously, a devil is very powerful. But that in itself, Asa's just pretty much is like, yeah, Magic Empress. It's not Queen of the Heart Kingdom. She's pretty much just a Magic Empress. And that's also what I've assumed with, you'd probably call any of the female leaders, because Magic Emperor, Julius was number 28. I always get it mixed up. 20 or 26, 28. So yeah, number 28. So there's 26 people who have held that title in between him and Lumiere. So odds are a couple of them are chicks. So there's got to be a couple Magic Empresses in there somewhere. And then they're gonna go there. They're gonna like pretty much just take a boat, just go straight into the kingdom, and they end up going through this fog barrier. And while getting ready to approach, they said that the only way they'd be able to go through is if the queen allows it, because apparently her magic is she has this omniscient magic where she can see everything going on inside the Heart Kingdom at once. But they end up just getting right through and seeing the kingdom, because again, the kingdom is also basically like set around this mountain, but it's more of like this kind of nature, like obviously like waterfalls. You got all these animals flying around trees and weird looking plants. It looks delightful. It looks just an all around like majestic place to go. But the last page is really where a lot of the meat was, because it wasn't. I assumed it was going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to go to this barrier and maybe, Asta, anti-magic. Yeah, makes sense. He could cut through it and get him through the barrier, and maybe the queen wouldn't notice it until the point that they enter. And then it becomes like, oh yeah, now, now things are kind of rowdy. Maybe the queen wants to observe them, see what's going on. But she ends up saying how the Clover Kingdom's demonic power, talk about the anti-magic devil, is, she wants to possess it. There's a lot of questions in this, because we know that they're influenced by a devil, in the Heart Kingdom. Does that mean there's a devil currently there? Or is that just a level of curse upon her? Because one of the other things is behind her, like in her throne, what looks like, a spirit. It's kind of like hard to tell if that's supposed to be a spirit or a devil. I mean, there's obviously the water spirits still up there. Water and earth great spirits are still unknown, and demonic in there still some way related. I had the wild theory that it would somehow relate to Aesir. Like, what if this is Aesir's body? Like, she had to take over this spot after leaving. I mean, at that point, then it would have to not be water. It would have to be metal. So I feel like it'd be a little bit more distinguishable. I just like the idea, though, like somehow she had to leave and up getting like taken, become a villain, and that's who started the Heart Kingdom, or something weird around that. But as it is, the Heart Kingdom now is led at least by somebody who either is demon controlled. I'm wondering if maybe if she's old, like the Witch Queen, or maybe she's just not aging. Like you could maybe get some form of power that ends up slowing down the aging process, or all around maybe she's just not human anymore, kind of like Sekri, where maybe she'll have a horn, maybe like on her forehead or something, and it will just be like, yeah, once you get to that point, you stop aging like a normal person, because obviously Sekri's centuries old and she looks exactly the same. So there's weird aspects of forbidden magic, but that makes me wonder eventually what will happen with Asta. Like if he stays in his, if Asta stays in his black form, will he not age because he has the horn? I don't know. Obviously, some interesting questions, some good layout, some nice subtle, kind of not subtle, maybe like a little bit of soothing kind of entry into this new arc with the Heart Kingdom. I knew it was either gonna be the Heart Kingdom or the Diamond Kingdom. Looks like the Heart Kingdom. Well, I can't even say it looks like the Heart Kingdom. We are in the Heart Kingdom, and we are going to be mulling up soon. I'm guessing in the next couple chapters we'll probably see their equivalent to the Magic Knights, probably their equivalent to captains. Maybe we'll even get like an opposing character for their side to be like their Asta, maybe a rival for Asta set up in the future. Just some new side guy to be over, because Yuna's not over here. And I saw some people talking about like, why would they bring Mimosa over Yuno? And there's obviously the aspect of like she's been there, but I'm just like thinking like when you look at their team, you have Asta. You know, he's straight like in the fray attack character. He's close quarters swordsman. You have Finral, amazing super support, and you have Noelle, who's good defense, but also with her, she's also got high offense. And Mimosa. I mean, if you brought Yuno's more of like a kind of like a control kind of character. He's ranged. He's got pretty good positioning. But Mimosa is a healer. I mean, why would you not want to bring a healer with you when you're going to do this? Even in the act of like we're not planning to fight, any form of potential of going into another kingdom, you know that hostility, even if you're not going there with it, it's possible you're gonna want to bring a healer with you. That just especially in like Black Clover, because and there's some series like tipping over into like fairy tale, like healers are not common. Like healing magic is a lost magic. There's not a lot in it. In Black Clover, there's a lot of healers. So like it's like Naruto. If you can get a healer, why don't you bring a healer? I mean, it just makes sense. I didn't understand like reading some of those comments online. I'm like, why would they not have it? Like Asta needs a healer. I mean, he's their biggest fighting force that's going, and you heal him up, you give him back some stamina, and he can get back in the fight. He doesn't go off magic; he goes off entirely of stamina and the anti-magic you can draw out with it. But good start. Interesting. We got some nice kind of layout, some hype for this new character, for this Magic Empress-esque character for the Queen of the Heart Kingdom. So, looking forward to that. I'm very curious to know if this is actually going to be the Great Water Spirit, which, if so, will more than likely end up leading towards Noelle at some point, or if this is the demon herself. Like, is this Magicula? Is this a new demon? Like, what's going on with these devils that will lead to it? Maybe the fact that she has this weird spirity kind of creature behind her maybe leads to a devil. Maybe we find out some connection between the spirits and the devils. I don't know. But as it is right now, we're entering the Heart Kingdom, and things are going to get some crazy for now. I'm surprised they only brought 4 characters, but I mean, that's pretty solid. And I would have expected maybe like one more person, maybe bring... I'm trying to think of who would be like a good thing. Zora, for one, really. Where is Zora? I was really hoping he'd be in this arc, but maybe he'll show up, maybe he'll follow him. I'm legitimately a little bit bummed, just because like he's my favorite character in the series. Him and Marileona. I lean a little bit more towards Zora because I know that in the long run of the series we're going to get more of his character. But I don't know about now because we don't even have him in this arc currently. He's doing who knows what. But anyway, comment below. Tell me what you're excited about in this arc. Tell me what part of the chapter you got most intrigued about. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people are going to pick the obvious last panel with the Queen of the Heart Kingdom. And it's not only because it's like, oh, cool, hyped character. There is the questions of like who she is. Where is she that she has this like blacked out room with like this waterfall that she's looking into, seeing Austin Crew. How does she know about the anti-magic devil? What's with the creature behind her? A lot of mysteries. But other than that, like I said, comment below, tell me what you think, and hopefully give you a thumbs up the video, press the like button, and subscribe button, and check out my other videos. For that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.